We are live, sir.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this session for successful students who have really attempted well in their FMGE exam. Today, I have the pleasure to introduce Dr. Akhil Sagar, who's done very well. And I was speaking to him and I was really pleasantly surprised as to what he's done. I would really welcome him today and I will ask him to share his journey. Most students will believe that, sir, we don't have too much time. That's a common question I get from everyone. That, sir, samay nahi hai. I don't have too much time. I have so many subjects to master. Kaise hoga? Kaise hoga? So the biggest anxiety for most students is they feel a lack of time. They feel that they don't have enough time for preparation. And they actually say ki nahi, then they give up. And today we have a live example of somebody who did not give up, even though he did not have too much time, even though there were personal tragedies that have come his way, and he recently cleared his MBBS. So in spite of that, we are interviewing him, which means it's going to be a great journey. So Dr. Akhil, first of all, hearty congratulations. And I'm happy to introduce you to my audience. What I want you to start with is just tell me a little bit quickly about where you did your MBBS from, when did you finish your course, and how was your undergraduate curriculum, and what is your journey in undergraduate. Then we'll move later to your entrance exam preparation. But first, a little bit about MBBS and where did you do it from? Quickly. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, sir. Myself, I'm Pedol Akhil Sagar. I did my graduation from Tower Medical School Foundation in Philippines. So I graduated this year in the March 5th, to be specific. And in my undergraduate, I can say that DMSF is one of the best schools out there. So there are lots of Indians, so it was very eco-friendly also. And the teachers and the faculty were also excellent.
Wow, nice. So as students, you have heard that he just cleared his exams in March, and he has such a short time to prepare for his exams. So anyone, when he finishes in March, then you'd say, "Hey, I don't have time." And then I want you to even explain to you that his father had a major problem very soon after he finished. So please tell us quickly about that part as well.
Yes, sir. Right after I reached India, my father had a minor bleeding in the head. So he was frequently suffering from headaches, so subdural hemorrhage. So after 1 month later, my father had a minor surgery. But even though it was minor, we were almost to 10 to 15 days hospitalized for that. My father had 2 burr hole surgeries within a span of 1 week. So I went through a lot of disturbance in the initial 2 months, but all I had was 2 months of preparation before the examination.
Yeah. So now see this. He's already short of time, and life throws a curveball. I call it a curveball, right? Like in a baseball, no, you can have a straight ball like a cricket ball, and you can hit easily. But there's something called a curveball, where the ball is like this. Okay, so whenever we go through these tragedies of life, which is unexpected, which eats into your time, he's already short of time, and then he obviously very difficult to focus when your father is going through a burr hole surgery. There's going to be something coming there. You will visit him. You are obviously worried. So then, in spite of that, then he's here. So he's obviously almost really gone through that entire journey. He had 2 months of time for preparation. Now, please tell us your association with DBMCI and how did you find our question banks, and just tell us how were you even introduced to our question bank. Did you like our question bank? Please let us know about that.
Yes, so first I would like to say that I had only 2 months of time. So if I go to it like manually, if I start reading everything, I really thought that it's not the time to read everything. So instead of doing very hard work, I started doing smart work. So the best way to get more knowledge in a short amount of time is to do the Q banks. So I started asking all of my friends who passed in the January examination. I started texting them, let me know which Q bank you found it best. So some of them told me different things, but very common answer was, if you want to experience one of the best MCQs in your lifetime, go through eGurukul. So they just focused me in this. Many of my, I think around 2 to 3 students of my senior students, they told me that about eGurukul. So then I started started doing eGurukul. First, I think I started doing old mock tests just to see how it's going on. Then I came to, before that, I did some other platform mock tests also. But all the mock tests in the other platforms, they were easy. I don't know why, but I found them easy. They were only one line short. They were only all the common statements. They are asking all the common things. But when I entered into the eGurukul mock test, I think for the first mock test, I just failed. I got around 101 for 300. Then I got realized that, okay, the pattern, the life everything is not same. So I have to think in a different way. Then I went back again. I saw I saw Dr. Ashwin Kumar sir's anatomy videos and everything in YouTube only. My each and every preparation was from YouTube. Everything I kept in 2x. I started reading everything, going through all the PYQ discussions, all the rapid revisions, everything, whatever I could find. Then I again started. Came back and I started giving the examination or the free mock test. Then I started scoring around 160, 165. Then what I did was I went back to the whatever my mistakes were in the previous grand test, and I started realizing, like, again looking around them, similar topics option wise. So in the consecutive mock test, I nearly scored around everything around 195, 200 plus. Yeah, I took 4 mock tests in eGurukul, sir. The first mock test I got failed. Second mock test I got around 160, and from third and fourth I nearly scored 190 and 200 plus. The last.
Amazing. That's a wonderful journey. I mean, for all those who are listening to me, this is priceless information. When we say mock tests are important, when we say MCQs are important, when we say that please practice your MCQs, our question bank is so good, somehow some students feel कि ये लोग तो बोलेंगे कि इन्होंने नहीं बनाया है, right? Because obviously they have worked hard at it. But then when it comes from a user, from somebody who's consumed that content and somebody who's mastered content because of that, and somebody, look at his journey. Okay, he had trouble in April, and he also had trouble after that. He obviously did not even do well in his exam, and from there to be able to get up, and this is called as fight back. Okay, he learned from his mistakes, he corrected it, and his graph kept on going up, and his graph has gone up so much that he's now a topper in our exam scenario, and we are interviewing him. So I really feel so good in even understanding what your journey has been. So can you describe what you felt about the question bank? Were they like big questions? Were they more clinically oriented? Did they test your knowledge much more than those single liners which you mentioned from other institutes, which were not really testing you so much? And actually, you know what happens? Many times you get a false sense of overconfidence in solving those simple questions. मुझे तो बहुत कुछ आता है. But then if you failed in your first mock test, that means you would then realize where you were going wrong, right? So can you please describe the quality of questions which were there in question bank and what did you like about it? I think you might be on mute. You are on mute, Akhil.
Yes, sir. So the one thing I found very unique about the eGurukul question bank was basically when I was going through all the other platforms question banks, they were asking all the similar type of questions. For example, if I want to make any for Leishman disease, what is a deficient enzyme? So it was just single enzyme. So everywhere in each and every platform, everyone was asking the same question. But the one thing I found very unique in this one is they were not asking the obvious one. They were asking something different. The one point which I will miss in that particular disease, the eGurukul questions were on that particular thing. Whenever I think that I know everything about that disease, then comes a question that I'm here, you don't know me. So yes. In that way, I found it very enticing, and I found it very, very interesting also. So whenever I used to feel low, I used to go back to eGurukul and started doing questions. So if I feel confident in any topic, I used to keep it in mind that if I solve eGurukul question bank on the topic and I solve everything, I'm perfect in that one. So in that way, eGurukul had changed my mindset about the question bank and Q bank. The questions were not that difficult, but the questions were in such a way that this particular point will be definitely missed by a student. Yeah. So we generally used to skip that particular part. We'll be thinking that, okay, this might not be asked, and such a question will be there. Obviously that will be there. So I found it very interesting, and I found it very challenging to answer. And even if I score around 160, 170 also, I used to find it happy because I was able to recall such extent. And I used to think in a way that even if I fail this one, it's okay, because I can go back and I can learn from mistakes. And if I scored 150 and I lost 150 marks, I have 150 new topics to learn.
Very nice.
So I was thinking in that way, and
Very nice.
due to the small time constriction, I was basically focusing on I want to do if I want to do mistakes, I want to do mistakes because I want whatever I think I will obviously keep it in kind of main exam also. So I wanted to do more mistakes and learn from smart work. So that's why I chose the MCQ as my main source of preparation, not the PDFs. And
Yeah.
one more thing was that
Yes, please.
whenever I was doing the examination, if I found any nice question, I used to write it down. And I have a batch of two friends who were also hospitalized. One of my friend got eye surgery, and she was hospitalized. And we used to because we both had a similar situation, we used to exchange questions and we used to discuss among them. And we used to question the both of us, like, if this option is the as a question, so what will be the question will be, how the question will be modified if this particular option is the answer. So we used to like do a healthy discussion in that way. uh, I whenever I was doing other platform questions, I did not find many questions to discuss, but whenever I was doing eGurukul QBanks, it will be like nearly 100 or 100 more questions we used to discuss. So that much interesting questions and that much unique questions were there in eGurukul.
Yeah, see, this is basically just, one more excellent learning. So today we are learning so much from Dr. Akhil. He's thrown us so many pearls. And you know what happens in life? In life, most of us get inspired by other people's stories and how they have kind of learned, and then we always try to copy people who have been successful, right? One of the things that is mentioned right now is something that I call as a learner's mindset. The learner's mindset means that the more mistakes you now do, it's better. Okay, most students become very depressed about their bad GT scores, about their bad mock scores, that, oh, I am not doing well. So what do they feel? Okay, if I have not done well now, maybe in the exam also I'll not do well. So in fact, they start putting lesser effort because the rank has not come according to their expectation. What I would say, I'll say, okay, like how has he said, if I get 150 marks and I don't get 150 marks, I have 150 marks of mistakes that I come to know for the first time before the main exam. So I have a chance to correct them before the real exam comes. So this is called the mistake mindset and the learner's mindset. In fact, we are very happy with mistakes, provided, however, you learn from them and you really take the effort of erasing them from your concepts and from your mind. So I'm very glad that that learner's mindset also has kind of come up. And I'm sure that is the reason why he's able to do all this in 2 months. Nobody can do it in 2 months without these skill sets that he has. He's not really gone after very deep textbook reading, as you understand. He's not gone a lot into reading a lot of deep concepts. He's gone into a very smart way, because he said, okay, let's do the question banks of eGurukul and let's see the mistakes of Mockster, and that itself was enough to get him through. So I'm sure all of us have learned so much from your interview, Akhil. So it's been a great journey, and I'm happy that you have shared so much and actually showed us the path for you. And these are universal laws of success. What he's mentioned is not only applicable to your entrance exam, it's also applicable to all aspects of life. Learning from mistakes, the learner's mentality, the mistake mentality, smart work over hard work, and belief, and how to negotiate the curveballs of life. So I think these 6 big things for us to learn today from you, Dr. Akhil. So I really thank you for this time that you have had. We really enjoyed talking to you today, and I wish all the best for your future careers. And I hope you keep as much intensity as you have done now. And I hope you get very successful in life. Any closing comments for you, Dr. Akhil?
I just wanted to say a few things about the students who have failed, that it's okay, it's not the end of the world. So it's just, at the end of the day, it's just an examination and we just need to pass it. sometimes even though I thought that I'll be failing this exam because of the how tough the paper was, but I trusted my process. I nearly worked for around 16 hours a day for 60 days completely. I did not skip a single time. I did not. So if you also work in a similar way, even the short amount of time is also enough to pass examination FMGE. And basically, one last thing is please focus on clinical questions. Don't go through all the single liners, because the one thing that helped me was to discuss the clinical questions with my friends. So it helped me a lot. And please follow this.
Thank
That's
you.
it.
Thank you so much. We have run short of time, so I'm really very inspired by what all you have said. So congratulations to you, to your parents, to all your love and near ones who would have obviously appreciated your success, and I'm sure they are as happy as you are. Thank you very much for your time, Dr. Akhil.
Dermatology free classes on the YouTube side. I even went through them also. I even gone through your inset the discussions, the one with the 7 hours one, dermatology. I was can see wherever I can find free videos, I went through all of them. So I even went through your dermatology classes also. So I'm very thankful for your free classes.
Thank you. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. Thank you so much, Dr. Akhil. All the best. God bless.
Thank you, sir.